My name is Atia Sattar. I am a Pakistani-born poet, teacher, scholar, and meditator living in Los Angeles. My writing largely explores the intersections of grief, gender, race, trauma, and motherhood. I am an associate teaching professor of gender and sexuality studies at the University of Southern California. My work has appeared or is forthcoming in various publications, including Rogue Agent, Cathexis Northwest Press, Lion Roar, Tricycle Academe, and the Cambridge Quarterly for Healthcare Ethics. And I have two daughters and a cat and a dog. I wrote this poem shortly after the discovery of mass graves at Nasser and Al-Shifa hospitals in Gaza, which contained the bodies of young children whose hands had been bound. As a Muslim immigrant to the US, watching the disproportionate violence taking place in Gaza and the disregard with which some bodies are easily done away with has just been completely heartbreaking. And it's also been bringing up a lot of post 9/11 trauma for me. And secondly, as a mother of young children, it is particularly painful to see these images and then look at my own babies, to wonder at what I would do if something were to happen to them, to look at their pudgy little bodies and realize they are, in fact, intact. They are in one piece. And so many families are seeing their children blown to bits. I wanted to write a poem that captured the dissonance of watching a genocide unfold on social media, and then to go about my everyday life wondering how some people just don't see it. And at the core of this poem really is the pain that I and so many of us have been feeling, wondering how long this can continue. And at the same time, looking at the suffering and then looking at the joy that I see in my children, in their lives, in the mundane things that they say or do. And so I think this poem is really an attempt to capture that all in one. How many bodies of young children must be found, hands bound, for you to see it? Some days I dig my nails into my flesh, hoping to excavate brown joy. Tell me, is this what resilience looks like? A homemade matcha latte in one hand, in the other, a mobile screen scrolling bodies. I pay someone to unearth the knots buried in my back because my framework can no longer process the stress of bearing witness. Is this what resilience looks like? I turn away from the rubble and find my children reaching up to touch my breasts. I bend over. Look, they say. The shadows on the ceiling look like bunnies. No, manatees. There is a pink silicone bowl on the kitchen table. A pudgy little arm, still intact, spoons suji halwa into a rosebud mouth, smiling. Thank you, Mama.